this is the breaking story today, right now. And the breaking story is that they are searching Joe Biden's Delaware beach home. Now, here's where I'm already made of questions, because I went back, and I'm pulling this up right now. I went back because I had saved one of the articles that I saw, and I wondered at the time whether or not this was going to come up. Because back when the news came out of the initial search, it was also revealed that no, there's no reason for anyone to go and search Biden's beach house because they already searched it. There's nothing there. They already looked through, so there's nothing there. Do you all remember that? Because I know I wasn't crazy. I mean, I remember them saying that they had, and I have one story where it was kind of just written as an aside, right? That they had already gone through and there was nothing that he needed, it was fine. So I've got some questions because we were told that was already done and taken care of. And that there was no need to do any of this. And at the time we had all said, well, does that mean who searched it? Was it the lawyers that went through this? Like, who actually searched it? Now, I have another question, too, because I feel like the DOJ is running cover, which they are. It's not a feeling. They're running cover for the president. It's kind of weird. And I'm not the only one who thinks that. I mean, the New York Post was saying that, I'm going to pull this piece up because this was their piece this morning. Their headline, FBI searching Biden beach home for classified documents report. They said that it's just, the New York Post doesn't think that the DOJ, they sound very skeptical of the DOJ because remember, and they also noted too that it was Biden's legal team. I have this old story from ABC that was back when the original search of Penn Biden was found. And they said that, no, they had already looked at the beach house. And so there's no reason for any kind of searches. There's nothing there. And so I'm not the only one. I wasn't crazy because the New York Post had also said, remember, Biden's legal team said that they already searched the beach house and they found nothing. However, and this is where the New York Post is not taking the Department of Justice's words worth a grain of salt. They wrote, however, similar assurances were given about the president's Wilmington home before records were found there by the FBI on January 20th. So I don't think that this is a simple Biden's cooperating because I kind of get the sense that it sounds like he wasn't cooperating, at least with the Delaware house. Because the legal team was the one who apparently put the search off of the Delaware house because the legal team was the one who said that they had already looked and that there was nothing there, right? I mean, that's at least what I'm getting from this. So I have a lot of questions. The more of these revelations that come out, the worse it bodes for Biden. It hurts him. Which I think that is all it was designed to do. If you are not convinced still that this is an absolute dem oppo, I don't know what to tell you, because it absolutely is a dem oppo fight. There's no other way around it. This is a Democrat opposition fight. The fact that this was kept so quiet for so long and it's only coming out now, this is a dem oppo fight for real. So a lot of questions. Now, remember, the beach house Biden's used it a lot. And remember, every time he's gone to his beach house and every time there's been criticism of him going to his beach house, what do his people say? No, he's doing work there too. Don't worry, he's getting work done there at his beach house too. Okay, so that just raises even more questions. I mean, if he has classified documents at his beach house, was that okayed? I mean, was that something that is that okay to do? I mean, I don't know if they actually had official approval for that. And doesn't he have a Virginia home? One of my friends, Pradeep Shankar, made this query. So are they going to search his Virginia home? So Ron Klain is his chief of staff. Ron Klain looks like he screwed up all of this. And, well, the Bidens for just being sloppy. So I guess that they're going to have to look at his $4.7 million Virginia mansion, too. By the way, that one, I don't know if you've seen it. It looks like a tiny little White House. Not tiny. I mean, it's a huge mansion. It's an enormous mansion. It's an old colonial style mansion, and he's got the flag and the circle, in the front, all this stuff. But they rented it. They began renting that mansion in 2017. This is according to a DC real estate site. To about $19,000 a month. It has 5 bedrooms, 9 baths, a gym, in-house sauna. So, I mean, they've got plenty of places to, I guess, store these classified documents there. They're going to have to look at this house, too. So he's got his 2-story big old beach house. He's got his big old house in Delaware. I mean, he's got a lot of properties. I mean, his lakeside Delaware, or his waterside Delaware house, I mean, he's got a lot of property. So I'm just wondering, they made sure to keep this entirely quiet until they got beyond midterm elections. They made sure to keep this completely quiet until they got beyond midterm. And now that now it's okay for it to come out. And that was Democrats not protecting Biden. That was Democrats protecting other Democrats. They didn't want this to affect any kind of down ticket races. That's what this was. Now it's, Katie barred the door. So this is kind of, I mean, it's pretty amazing. So and Bob Bauer put out a statement. Jackie Heinrich from Fox had the statement from the attorney for Biden. They said today, with the president's full support and cooperation, the DOJ is conducting a plain search of his home in Delaware. Under the DOJ standard procedures in the interest of operational security and integrity, it sought to do this work without advance public notice. And they said that we agreed to cooperate. The search is a further step in a thorough and timely DOJ process, blah, blah, blah. It's funny because earlier it was mentioned that Biden, there's a pre-planned event at the White House, and Biden's going to be there sitting apparently right next to Merrick Garland. So that's going to be a very interesting optic, right? So here's the thing. Agreed to cooperate. That stuck out to me because remember, one of the things that has been presented as a main difference between this and the Trump situation is that Biden's so cooperative. Oh my gosh, he's like the valedictorian of cooperation. He's so cooperative. Except it doesn't really, I mean, they agreed to cooperate. That sounds really reluctant. Agreed to cooperate. I mean, there's all kinds of things that, you agree to. It doesn't mean that you're actually, you're excited about it. It doesn't look like they got a special written invitation. So I don't know. I just think that the Virginia house is next. That's what it seems like. It doesn't seem like there was a search warrant either. And that's the other thing I'm curious about. Was there a search warrant? A lot of questions. There's going to be a lot of questions asked at the White House press briefing. And how much do you want to bet that you're going to have Karine Jean-Pierre not want to answer a single bit of it? So if you haven't been watching, they've been searching the Delaware beach house. They've been searching the Biden beach house. The Biden beach house he said his lawyer said there was nothing there. Remember, his lawyer said there was nothing there. Don't worry about it. We checked. It's all good. And now apparently, it may not be. So the FBI's there, and the statement from Bob Bauer, Biden's attorney, said that they agreed to compromise or to cooperate, which doesn't sound like you're cooperating. He's got a swanky house, man. Like for real, like he's got a super swank house. But he's his Delaware beach house, and they're gonna have to look at his Virginia mansion, his like $5 million Virginia mansion. They're gonna have to look at that. So I'm just interested in seeing where else this goes. Because we were told that there was nothing there, that we don't need to worry about it. It's not a big deal. I wonder, are we going to find anything out about it? Are we going to get any? I'm waiting. Where are the pictures at? I'm waiting for the spread of documents that spread across the floor. And so apparently some are saying that this is the second time the DOJ was there. The second time. So they do think that there's something there. How do you get so many classified documents in so many different places? I mean, how do you do that? You all know where your important documents are, right? How do you get so many? It's not like they're secretly stamped. I mean, they have huge. They're stamped. They're top secret. How do you get them into how are they in so many different places? So, including the Wilmington home that was searched on January 20th, and apparently the lawyers went through the beach house and said there was nothing there. Well, now the FBI is looking at it. Apparently, they think that there are 1,850 boxes of Biden's Senate papers at the University of Delaware that need to also be gone through. Oh, boy. I'm telling you what, this is, yeah, he doesn't, this is so much worse. Did the cars have flashing lights when they showed up? Did they like block roads off the way they did at Mar-a-Lago? I'm just wondering if it's like anywhere even remotely the same, because it seems that you had the media tipped off. Trump said something about it on social media because people were wondering why are all these cars outside of Mar-a-Lago, and you know how the media immediately will assume and write some of the worst stuff about it. So he gets out ahead of it. Did they have flashing lights and all of this stuff at Biden's beach house or at his Wilmington house? They kept it all under lock and key. That's how you know it's Dem-Oppo warfare.